feedback.
Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here. Welcome to the 2016 recap video where I go over the videos I've made this year as well as changes to the channel, and I tell you about whether or not I'll be refocusing for next year. We'll start off by going over all of the games that I covered in depth, then we'll go over like a little bit of a social media wrap up and talk a little bit about what I'm planning for next year, so that hopefully we can all kind of be on the same page. Throughout the year, I made about 14 episodes of the completed series. A lot of you do enjoy that series. I think it's going really well, really strong. The episodes are getting a little bit longer, but I think they're getting better as we go. I've also done 12 reviews this year. They've been kind of split up the middle between full game reviews and product reviews. I've definitely been getting more into product reviews and probably will be getting even further into them in the next coming year. Additionally, I've also focused a lot more on full game walkthroughs. I've gotten a lot of great feedback about those and plan to even focus on full game walkthroughs even more next year if possible. Then in Q1, which is January through to March, we covered Far Cry Primal, we covered Unravel, The Division, and I also started my Hitman playthrough. Then in the second quarter of the year, I covered Quantum Break, Uncharted 4, Doom, and Overwatch. Those were all games that I enjoyed making videos for, and Q2 is definitely becoming more and more packed as we go on. But then there's Q3, which is always the lull of the year. I only really covered like 3 games in depth, which were Inside, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and Forza Horizon 3. I definitely covered more than just those 3 games, but those were kind of the games that I covered in depth, and I made a lot of other cool content about Gamerscore. I made some full game walkthroughs during Q3 and caught up with some behind the scenes stuff as well as planning for Q4, which is definitely the busiest time of the year. I covered over 10 games during Q4 alone, but the big ones we covered were Gears of War 4, Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, and Titanfall 2, as well as Watch Dogs 2. If you're going to be playing one of those games in the future, feel free to check out the channel for more resources about them. Now, 2016 was a bit of a special year for me. I got a lot of new opportunities that I had never gotten, and one of those was the ability to travel on behalf of the YouTube channel. I was able to go to Insomniac in Burbank. I then got a chance to spend a week in LA for E3. And then I even got a chance to go to COD XP 2016, where I spent a few days playing the new Call of Duty games. Traveling can be a little bit stressful, but it's absolutely a blast as well, and hopefully I get some of these opportunities again next year. I've also made about 50 or so weekly appearances on the TXR podcast. I like to think we're a podcast of knowledgeable and mature gamers who like to talk about Xbox. Additionally, I got a really cool opportunity to work with Xbox Canada on a video project of theirs, which was an absolute blast. And now we can get a little bit into some of the social media stuff. First off, Patreon has been a huge success. You guys are crazy supportive, and you guys have exceeded my expectations, and the Patreon is the reason that I'm able to continue this channel in the capacity that it continues to go in. So special thanks to everyone who's even considered supporting on Patreon. I've also been streaming on Twitch. We've made it up to over 5,000 followers. Thank you so much. On Twitter, I've made it up almost to 8,000 followers. Thank you so much. On Xbox Live, we've made it to 6,000 followers, and we've opened up the Machination Club, which is at almost 1,000 members. You guys are absolutely blowing my mind, and I'm so grateful for you guys. I continue to post on Instagram when I so desire. Sometimes I share a little bit of my personal life on there. If you're so interested, I also post on the Mac91 Productions subreddit, and the channel is slowly approaching 100,000 subscribers with over 30 million views. The views have been quite steady for the last 2 years, but I've definitely been focusing on getting you guys longer videos and more in-depth videos that you guys can watch for longer periods of time. Hopefully the content is getting better in terms of quality and usability. And that's about it for the recap, guys. I hope the channel's moving in a good direction. I'd love to hear your feedback. Like, I actually do read your comments, and like I actually take them, think about them, dissect them, and consider them, and see how they would work with the channel and whether or not they're going to be, you know, a positive or negative effect on the channel if they were to be implemented. And I really do love hearing your ideas. So let me know, like, why you're here, what you like about the channel, and what you could do without. and we'll see kind of how that progresses into next year. 2017 should be a fun year, and I hope to see you guys all there along for the ride. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to Drop Dead Artemis for supporting the show on Patreon, and hopefully I see you next time. Peace.